Happy Friday to all my people, and welcome to Stoniecast number 91 and season 3, episode 25 of Thoughts and Hunches, making money in bunches and sucker punches. It's your boy Stony back for the 92nd time. How do you like that? 92 times. And I'd like to welcome all of my fellow hoodlums, scumbags, cheats, lowlifes, hustlers, altar boys with unhealthy relationships with their priests, foul-mouthed raging alcoholics with abusive language, fienders, degenerates, and Italians. I mean, let's face it, if you're Italian, you probably check those boxes. If you're new to the show, hey, you probably fit into one or more of those categories, so welcome. And make sure to hit the subscribe button right down here in the lower right-hand corner, so this way you can be notified every time I put out a new video. Usually around this time on Friday evening, unless otherwise noted. To spread the word is very easy. Just tell other hoodlums to go to YouTube and answer hashtag Stoney's winners. All one word. That's not S-T-O-N-E-Y, but it's S-T-O-N-I-E-S, winners. And that'll take you right directly to my page. Before we get to the picks, I have a couple of thoughts. Let's see, what were the top stories this week? Kyrie, LeBron, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, the Lakers, Aaron Rodgers. No thank you to all of them. Sorry, I just can't. I will, however, say congrats to LeBron James for becoming the NBA's all-time leading scorer. Not an easy feat, and his durability coupled with longevity has been impressive. That's it. That's the last time I show him love. As for the Cowboys, the Lakers, Kyrie, Aaron Rodgers, KD, that's just the rest of the shitty media just talking about the same old shit every single day. The Lakers. Oh my God, the Lakers. Please stop. All right? Same old thing every single day. It gives them something to talk about other than the Super Bowl. So let's skip that segment. Sorry, can't do it anymore. It's like NFL season ends. Cowboys get eliminated. Let's talk Cowboys every single day because that's all that matters. Cowboys, Lakers, Cowboys, Lakers. They're both shit. Both of them. That's right, I said it. All right, here we go. As for the picks last week, it's just inevitable now that I continue to roll. And even with no football last week, I still ripped off another top-notch week, even with a disappointing 1-2 start on Friday. From then on, I was unconscious throughout Saturday. A 7-4 run to start the day was followed by a 10-4 run to make up for the 3-4-1 finish. The good news is that I hit both of my locks of the week and the degenerate special. That's 11 straight winning weeks, and there's nothing to sneeze at. I mean, come on. This week, we're going to make it an even dozen, so here are the numbers one last time last week. NCAA basketball last week, 21 wins, 14 losses, 1 push. That's good for 60% for the week. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. For the season, NCAA basketball, 62.26%, top notch. Nobody else can do that. Nobody. I just said that again. 226, 137 losses. That's 363 picks. I dare anybody to give 363 picks and hit it 62%. It cannot be done, but I deliver. NFL football playoffs, there wasn't last week. We're still 13-11 for the playoffs. Now, overall, every single pick that I've given you throughout going back to season 3, episode 1, way back in September, 554 wins, 376 losses, and 11 pushes. Good for 59.57% as we inch closer to 60. That's the goal. You're welcome. Of course, you're welcome. Once again. I mean, let me remind you all that all these picks are 100% free from me to you. We've done some serious bankroll building this season. So now it's time to continue, and let's kick it off tonight at 9 Eastern at Clune Arena in Colorado Springs as Air Force hosts New Mexico. Give me the Lobos on the road laying 6.5. At 11 Eastern in Reno tonight, I'm going to roll with Nevada, -9.5 versus Fresno State in their first matchup of the season. Now let's move on to tomorrow, where all times are Eastern. Ready, Freddie? Noon, Boston College at home, +8 versus NC State. That's the winner to start our Saturday. At noon, I'll take Pittsburgh, -4.5 at Florida State. At noon, I'm on Georgia at home, +8 versus Kentucky. At noon, I like Penn State, +7.5 at Maryland. Also at noon, I'm on Providence, -4.5 at St. John's. The last game at noon, I'm going to roll with West Virginia, +7 at Texas. At 1 p.m., give me Kansas on the road, -3 at Oklahoma. I like St. Joseph's, -4.5 at home versus George Washington, also at 1 p.m. 2 p.m., I'll run with Alabama, -2.5 as my road chalk tendencies continue. 2 p.m., I'll take Connecticut, +3.5 at Creighton in a good matchup. 3 p.m., I like Southern Illinois, go Salukis, +6.5 at Drake. 2 p.m., give me Clemson, +6.5 at North Carolina. 2 p.m. for the fourth straight week, I'm going to take Stony Brook because I have to, because they just keep covering. Now they're at home at Uniondale. I'll take the Seawolves, -1 versus North Carolina A&T. At 4, I like UNLV, +9.5 at San Diego State. Aztecs win but don't cover. Also at 4, I'm on Red Hot Baylor to stay hot and get the cover at 1.5 at TCU in another great matchup. 4 p.m., give me Virginia, -5.5 at home versus Duke. 6 p.m., I like Mississippi State, +6.5 at Arkansas. Also at 6 p.m., I'm on Iowa State, -5.5 at home versus Oklahoma State. 6 p.m., I'm going to roll with Michigan, -2.5 at home versus Indiana in what could be a great one at the Chrysler Center. I'm really looking forward to this one. 6 p.m., Oregon State at home, +8.5 versus USC. Beavers, clearly the right play there. 6 p.m., give me Portland at home, +11.5 versus St. Mary's, who wins but doesn't cover. 6 p.m., I have to take Missouri and all those points, 11.5 of them to be exact, at Thompson Bowling and Knoxville against Tennessee. Excuse me. Let me have a quick water break here. Hang on. There we go. Where was I? Thompson Bowling. Yes, 7 p.m. I'm on Kansas State, -1.5 at Texas Tech in my lock of the day, which I'm 7-2 on in my last 9. Think about that for a minute. K-State, there's your lock. 8 p.m. Eastern, I'm on Wyoming, +14.5 at Boise State. 8 p.m., I'll take Arizona, -9.5 on the farm at Stanford. 8 p.m., I like Seton Hall, +3.5 at Villanova. 8:30 p.m. is lock of the day number 2, and it's Texas A&M, -6.5 at LSU. Easy one. 10 p.m., Gonzaga, -11.5 at home versus BYU. Home cooking at the Kennel is exactly what the Zags need here. 10 p.m., I'm on Utah State, -4.5 at San Jose State in lock of the day number 3. Yeah, I'm giving you 3 very strong plays for tomorrow. This one's probably the biggest one. Utah State, lay the lumber on the road in Spartytown. Also at 10 p.m., UCLA gets the sweep over Oregon and covers the 2.5 on the road in Eugene. 10 p.m., still in the Pac-12. I'm on Utah at home in Salt Lake, Stony, -3.5 versus Colorado. 10:30 p.m., I like Washington on the road, +7.5 at Washington State. And finally, for the Degenerate special on Super Bowl Eve at midnight Eastern in Stony Lulu, Oahu, I like Cal State Fullerton, +4.5 to surprise the hell out of Hawaii and get the outright win. I mean, that's quite a lot of plays. That's all I can say. I mean, 2 and 34 more. Ouch. 36 plays. There's something else going on this weekend. What is it? Oh, yeah, that's right. Sunday. Let's move on to there's some certain football game being played on Sunday, isn't there? Super Bowl 57 has a kickoff time for 6:37 Eastern, but we all know that it will probably be closer to 7 Eastern at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The line hasn't moved and has been stuck at Philadelphia -1.5, but the total has crept up to 51 from its opening at 49.5. Kansas City began the season right here in Glendale with a convincing 44-21 win over the Cardinals. Yeah, of course. Who else would they play? After a loss to Buffalo in mid-October, dropped the Chiefs to 4-2. Their only loss going forward was a December 4th setback to Cincinnati. So yes, that makes it 7 in a row heading into Super Sunday. Head coach Andy Reid is the only coach in NFL history to have more than 10 postseason wins with two separate franchises as his Chiefs go for their second title in 4 years. After winning it all 3 years ago, they made it back the following year only to be beaten badly by Tampa Bay. 5 straight trips to the AFC Championship shows they're experienced, and they certainly will not be overwhelmed by the spotlight of this one. Offensively, they come in ranked number 1 in the NFL in passing yards per game and number 20th in rushing. Nonetheless, it all starts and ends with quarterback Patrick Mahomes, who looks to end his 5th season in the NFL with 2 MVPs and 2 Super Bowl titles, which is unprecedented in only 5 years. Their running game seems to get a lot of credit from people. I just can't figure out why, because anyone with half a brain knows that the Chiefs do not run the ball effectively because they cannot run the ball effectively. It's very simple. Defensively, they rank 16th, and it's obviously a weak spot for Kansas City, especially on the back end with those rookies playing in the secondary. While they rank a solid 9th against the run, the number 30 that sits next to their name against the pass is particularly worrisome. 2 gritty wins over Jacksonville and Cincinnati in the AFC playoffs have the Chiefs on the doorstep to another title. Philadelphia also won in Arizona back on October 9th by a score of 20-17. That was in the middle of their 8-game winning streak to kick off the season. They had the best record in the league all season long and blew out both of their playoff opponents, the Giants and the 49ers, to the tune of 69-14 combined. Offensively, the Eagles are ranked 3rd in total yards per game, 9th in passing, and 5th in rushing. Defensively, they rank 6th and led the league in sacks. Jalen Hurts leads the offense as a true dual-threat quarterback that you can't rush like a normal quarterback because of his legs. A couple of elite wideouts and a deep backfield made this the best team in the NFL all season long for a reason. The drawbacks are that the Eagles did it against the easiest schedule in the NFL, and we never really got to see if the 49ers could beat them with a healthy quarterback. With that being said, though, the Eagles did knock out 2 49er quarterbacks in the same game. Now, if they knock out Patrick Mahomes on Sunday, this game is over, period. Mahomes has a high ankle sprain and Hurts has a cranky shoulder. If the Eagles get behind early, they're in trouble because they'll be forced to throw and go away from their potent ground game. If the Chiefs get behind early, they're in trouble because Philly can lean on their run game and pound out the clock in the second half. So with all that said, is it Kansas City or Stoniecast? I've made my bones over the years by taking the dogs and the unders, right? Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad here. The bottom line is 16-1 is Philly's record this year when Jalen Hurts lines up under center. Let's have some fun, all right? It's just very simple. 1.5, I have to take Philly, lay the 1.5, and give me the under because the final score is going to be 27-20 in favor of Philly. That's the Eagles and the under. So now that you have the side and the total, how about some prop bets? Ready for that? Keep in mind that because of the odds, one win could make up for 5 losses. So the wins and losses don't really matter here. It's just the total amount of money won. Here we go. I'll start with an obvious one. The team with the most rushing yards in the game. I'm taking Philly minus 400, which is a steep price to pay, but you have to pay steep prices for locks. Next up, the question is, what will happen first for Jalen Hurts? An interception or a touchdown? Again, it seems obvious and it's expensive, but I'm taking a touchdown before an interception, minus 250. What will happen first, a sack or a touchdown? I'm taking a sack at minus 130. Will a fumble be lost in the first half? I say yes at plus 140. Will it take Chris Stapleton over or under a minute 56 to sing the national anthem? I took over at minus 110 because old Stapleton's known to stretch them notes a little bit. Will there be a 2-point conversion attempted in the game? I say yes, plus 120. Will there be a first half lead change? I say yes again, plus 140. What's the winning margin? I told you above that the Eagles will win 27-20, so I'm taking Philly to win by between 7 and 12 points at plus 500. That's a great value. The yards of Kenneth Gainwell's longest rush. Is it over or under 9.5? I'm saying over, minus 115. Staying on Gainwell, I'm taking him to score Philly's first touchdown at plus 1,000. That's Philly's first touchdown, not the game's first touchdown. Total rushing yards in the game, I'm taking under 245.5 at minus 115. Patrick Mahomes' total passing yards, I'm taking under 295.5 at even money. Total rushing yards for Isaiah Pacheco, I'm taking under 49.5 at minus 135. Back to Kenneth Gainwell. His total rushing yards, over 18.5 at even money. Alternative point spread, I can get Philly minus 6.5 at plus $2. Thank you, done, I'll take it. Philly plus 202, minus 6.5. And finally, just because, I'll take heads on the coin flip at minus 105. Why not? A true toss of the coin. 16 prop bets. Sure, why not? As for the straight picks, both sides of the Super Bowl, 2 NCAA hoops plays tonight and 32 more tomorrow. That's 36 plays and 16 more props. With this many plays, 21 wins are just fine. But in order to make those bankrolls fatter, we got to go big. So let's hit them early and hit them hard. And just remember that if you want to win big, you got to bet big. You can't go broke taking a profit. Scared money don't make money. For me, the action is the juice. There's money on the streets that can't be ignored. And finally, good luck to you.